go. tell with my glasses.
Hold on.
It's going like, they're supposed to be like this, but this one's going down, so it looks like that, and my eyes don't like it. Well, my nose and my forehead are used to it.
Your lens wasn't in all the way.
So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for W quarters, but I'm not.
How much do W quarters sell for?
0.
Then what's so special about them?
They're from West Point. They're rare.
Then why are they rare if they cost nothing?
Oh, what do they? They cost $0.25. There's just not that many of them.
Then what's so cool about them?
They're minted from West Point.
Why do you hunt them? What's so cool about them?
They look just like this. They don't look any different. But there's a W right there where that P's at.
Dad?
And so they have less of them.
Did I just hear a bad word on the TV?
Possibly.
Because I'm pretty sure I heard it say the P word.
Because once I heard
where the P word
on Mom's
is.
TV show, I heard it say the S word, I think.
That's not good.
Yeah, because I heard it say...
No. Bad gentleman.
Once on Mom's TV show, I heard,
Yeah, lucky dog, my left foot.
what happened?
Good evening, Phil. How are you?
What happened to your left foot?
No, Mr. Phil just came in and he said, "You lucky dog," because I got another box of uncirculated coin that is going to end up being all Philly and without any of those errors that he told me about. Good night.
Is this a good coin?
Once I heard.
Put that back.
Once I heard Mommy's TV show say
Good night.
S-I.
Good night. Good night.
H-T-E.
Good night. Yeah, so I picked up 2 more boxes from the same bank that I got this original one from. And she handed me the 2 boxes, and it looked just like the other one. I'm like, I'll bet you she did it again. And she did. I opened them both up. This one's got a couple of random stuff in there, so it's not 100% uncirculated. So who knows? Maybe it'll be a little more promising than the last one. But I've been through one already, and it had nothing in it. It had a lot less. Like this one's got, like you can see here, I've got 2, 4. There is 6 in that roll that are not uncirculated. So I'm hoping some of this stuff turns into something, because if this is anything like the last box, there's not likely to be W's, but we'll see. All you can do is grind along, and eventually you'll run into something. And of course, because my one bank has been short on Coinage, I am going through this double struggle of re-rolling these instead of throwing them in a bag. She says, hey, if you bring them back rolled, we can give you more coins. If you give them to us in a bag, we've got to wait till our orders come in. You found 4 of the A's or 4 W's? If you found 4 W's and $800, that's pretty solid, man. I'll take that all day long. Yeah, W's nice. Congratulations. That's a nice score. And that's like just over $1.50, and I've been averaging, you know, when I find them, I find them, but my average, if you average it out, it's about $1 a box. But it's more like skunkers with some 3, 4, 5, 6 is what it seems to be. Generally, if you find them, or at least for me, if I find them, I find them, and if I don't, I do not. And I haven't found anything. There's also some like feeder finger airs right there by the edge of that face too that I've seen online, but haven't seen anything like there's a non-Samoa. Oh, Walking Liberty. I'll take a shot Walking Liberty. Wow. I've never found one of those in Quarters, that's for sure. I found silver. I've got, I think, 13 or 14 on the year. But nothing that old for sure. I knew what you meant. I mix those two up all the time anyways. It's a Liberty. it's a Walker any way you look at it, quite frankly. It's kind of the same. They're similar design. Like that one only had one non-Samoa in it. So, I don't know. We'll see. There's actually a Tallgrass Prairie Ender. I'll do that one next and see what it produces. Come on. And of course I ran out of regular wrapper, so I can't even tear into these the way that I want to. I've got to manipulate them to reuse them, which is always tons of fun. Yeah, free silver is free silver. Will it cost you a quarter? Let's see if this Tallgrass Prairie. Come on, be a W. And it's a Philly. But yeah, this one's got what? We've got a Nutella. 78. So we had 3 in there that were non-Samoas. Yeah, I get my halves tomorrow, so I'm trying to get through these tonight so I can pick up my halves tomorrow. For some reason, I thought my order came in from that bank on Wednesday, but she never called me today, so I don't know whether she just forgot to call me or whether they're getting the truck on Thursday instead of Wednesday. But I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Today was basically family day anyways. We went to a local animal park here. Saw gators, and it was like a drive-through safari place. It was pretty fun. It was definitely less sketchy than I thought it was going to be. But we got a good time. We were gone most of the day, so I barely managed to pick these up before they closed. $14 boxes. Whew. It's a lot of boxes to go through. Do you have a date set for that your Epic Penny gig yet? Or I know that you said you're going to do it. Do you have a definitive date on that yet? But halves aren't too bad. You can crank through halves pretty readily. But still going to take some time to get through 14 boxes. I'm trying to think who it was. Coin Roll Fishing, I think it is. He's doing like 40 boxes a week or something ridiculous like that. I'm like, wow, your dump bank must love you. Yeah, start getting boxes. It's going to take if you haven't started yet, it's going to take a while to bang out 100 boxes. And hope that you don't end up picking up some uncirculated stuff too, because that's not going to make much for a hunt. next month. Yeah, it might take you that long to get 100 boxes of circulated coinage. I don't know if you struggle with that at all, but I certainly do. It seems to go in waves. Right now I'm doing pretty good. I actually had a really nice nickel box last night that I'll have up here tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, but I haven't been doing mini nickels at all because I can't find circulated coin. What do you got here? Look how dirty that one is. Wow. It's AMP. But even if it was a W, I don't think you can read too much. Oh man. That one's seen better days for sure. So we had, what were there? 6. Yeah, I'm hoping to get circulated. I don't know. Some people enjoy the uncirculated. They have not been kind to me. If I get a monster box where I can, pick up 40 W's, I'll probably change my mind. But that has not happened to me. This is like going to be, I think, my 11th uncirculated box. But most of them are just fillies. And it makes for a really boring hunt. I'm really not a super detail guy where, I enjoy scrutinizing the coins for all the small things. Some people do. It's just not my gig. And so it does not make for a fun hunt. But I am definitely not leaving W's on the board by returning them, especially because if I find one, I know it's going to be in pristine condition as well. Yeah, some people, there's people that will, I don't know if you watch Coin Snobs at all, but they, there's 2 of them that will normally hunt. Now, sometimes there's just the one guy that hunts, but there's 2 of them that hunts, and they'll spend like 6 hours on one box, and they find all the finger feeder damages and all the thing. I think they loop or scope a lot of their coins, and I'm like, wow, you guys are super, super detail oriented. And he's like, yeah, it's my jam. And I'm like, wow, I could never do that. But everybody hunts differently. You got to do you. I can't do it. I remember I got a box of uncirculated nickels, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go through this nickels, and I'm going to go through, and I'm going to find all the ones that I know will be full step, and try to pick the best ones. And I got about a third of the way through the box. I'm like, dude, I can't do this. I just can't. So I took my best tube full and called it the day. So you hunting anything tonight yourself, or you just trolling around looking for some action? We play, you win. Welcome. Trolling, of course. I was talking with Phil. Wrapping 1,500 of halves. Ouch. Better you than me. You guys have been growing pretty fast over there. We play, you win. Yeah, talk about trolls, man. All you gotta do is be on YouTube for a little bit and you're gonna find them for sure. The bigger you get, the more you gotta worry about them. That's one of the reasons why anybody, for the most part, over 500 subs has mods for their live streams. I just don't let it get to me. It's like the other day, I was doing a live stream and I was trying to figure out how to use the chat bot, and it was like kicking people out and timing out for 600 seconds, and I couldn't figure out how to get it undone, and what a mess. What's up, Georgia? Did I say we found W's? I don't think you heard me say that. I picked up 2 more boxes of these uncirculated America Samoa. I've already been through 1 box, nada. And this one looks very similar. And actually, they both look just like the one that I did the other day. Same bank, same box, same everything. So I'm thinking it all came in the same load. So I'm not holding my breath, let's put it that way. But I also can't not hunt it. Bowman, 2K. What's up this evening, my friend? You had no boxes all week. Ouch. I went to the safari with my family today, and I came home and I said, hey, I got to run to the bank real quick before they close, because I went to pick up change yesterday, and my vault teller was gone for the day, so they couldn't give me any change. And I was like, I didn't get any coin yesterday, so I need to pick some up today. She's like, oh, poor you. It's been a whole, 1 day without change. So then I went and I got these bad boys, and I was like, oh, you're not going to do this to me again, are you? So I'm just hoping. I would love just to squeeze one out of one of these boxes, but I don't know. It's not looking too promising, that's for sure. But what am I supposed to do? Send them back? I can't do that. Not without checking first. Roger Porium, hey, welcome this evening. I prefer circulated boxes all day long, man. I used to, I was always begging, give me a uncirculated box, because you watch, the videos out there, and man, they hit the mother load. I have not had that kind of luck. So I'll take a circulated box all day long. And actually, this year, my best boxes have been customer wraps. Now, don't get me wrong, you'll get some trash in customer wrap too, but I've done my most W's. Come on, world. I've done my most W's out of customer wrap. Yeah, I got 2021 P dimes. Yeah, I still have, I don't know, quarter of a box, half a box. I've been using it as my top off my bags. I've sold probably 10 or 15 rolls maybe. They've sold okay, but nothing to write home about. Did you blow through all yours already? Yeah, I like I said, I posted them and I've been using them just to kind of top off my bags. If I'm short $5, then I crack open a roll and throw it in there. And so I'm probably down to about a quarter of a box, but most of those are not sales. Most of those are, topping things off, just slowly feeding them back into circulation. Yeah, when you told me you sold them the first day with your price being higher than mine and all that, I was like, I don't know, what's the gig here, man? And I've been, steady Eddie. I don't sell much. They tend to sell on the weekends, I think, because every weekend I tend to sell a couple rolls, I think, and then really nothing during the week. I had some 2020 pennies that because I've got 2 boxes of those, and I only want to keep one. So I put up those rolls, and some guy ordered the rolls from me, and I sent it to him. And then he wrote me, and he's like, hey, the 2, rolls you sent me are both ends are tails facing. So how do I know these are even 2020s? I'm like, dude, I'll guarantee they're 2020s, but I didn't even look. I just grabbed 2 rolls out of the box and threw them in a thing and sent them to you. He's like, there's no marking. I'm like, yeah, I don't write on the rolls because I don't want it to bleed through to the coins, but, I will guarantee it. He's like, well, I don't want to crack them. I'm like, well, listen, send me $4, which is the cost of the coin face and shipping, and I'll just send you another 2 rolls. So he was good with that. So that's what we did. Oh, you're down to 950. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's also more people that are starting to find them too. I mean, I know that there were some people that were lower as me as well. I don't know how eBay really dictates who populates first, whether it's the newer listings or what. But if you're on that first page, I mean, some of it's sponsored. There's a person that's sponsored, and I think that they're probably grabbing most of the low dangling fruit. But I'm not looking to pay when I'm not even making that much to begin with. I was just doing it to see if I could make a couple bucks on the easy. Tampa Coin Guy, welcome this evening, my friend. Well, I got more people than I didn't expect anybody to show up tonight. I was like, man, I'm just going to go through these so I can get through them. And whatever happens, happens. And now everybody and their brother's coming by. I appreciate it, guys. Hopefully we can find a W here and create some excitement. Or one of those errors that Phil keeps finding that I can't seem to come across. Yeah, no, this is, today I picked up 2 boxes of these uncirculated, same ones that I did earlier in the week. It's the same bank, same boxes, same looking things, and I'm on, so earlier, or late last week, I think it was a skunker. One of the 2 boxes I got today, I've already gone through, nada. And this will be the 3rd box of uncirculated America Samoa that would not produce a W, which would suck. But such is life sometimes. You got to take the good, the bad. Georgia, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I hope I squeeze out at least a W, but only the rules know. It was and disappointing. No, I haven't seen. I've been on. My kids are on spring break this week, so I've been really behind on keeping up with everybody else and keeping up with my own stuff. But I will definitely check it out and see and relish your disappointment as much as I relish mine. Oh boy. Well, that sucks that you got an Unk box that ended up being a pisser too. That's never fun. I think that we do it to ourselves, though. I really think that we create this facade that we're going to crush it, and we're really just hurting ourselves. It probably shouldn't be considered any different than, a circulated box. We don't walk into a circulated box thinking we're going to, hit a home run. So I guess we should really think the same, but it's always those Unk boxes that people hit a home run with, I guess, and so why we kind of want it or expect it. Yeah, your first one that had 23, that's awesome. My best, like I was telling Phil earlier, I think this is my 11th uncirculated box since I've been hunting, of quarters, that is. And most of them don't produce anything. In my best box out of those 11 is 12. And the next best after that, I think, is like 9. So they've not been like heavy hitters for me. I've gotten 6 out of just a good old traditional roll. You're only at 13. Yeah. So, that's even better than my best. So, and that's the only one you've had. So, thankfully, the one you had produced. But, so if I've had 10, I think I've only had 3 that produced. That means I've had 7 skunks on the Unks. And like I was saying, they're not very fun to hunt. When you're if you pull 23 W's out of it, it's fun to hunt. But if you're not pulling W's out there, it's just looking at the same point over and over again. It's just not quite as enjoyable for me. Oh, nice. Video on Monday. I will definitely keep my eyes peeled for it. Yeah, I've been bad about keeping up with videos though since spring break, so I've got a bunch of catching up to do come Monday. Once my rugrats are back in school and I have at least a couple hours during the day to myself. I'm not a big fan of having to re-rep these coins either. Now, Phil, you said you do that. Do you traditionally do that though, or is it something new? Because I'm just doing this as a favor to them, because a favor to them is a favor to me, because she said that she'll be able to, give me more quarters as a result of this. Otherwise, I'd bring them back in a bag in a heartbeat. And actually, I don't re-roll all of them, because I could bury them in quarters if I wanted to, but I just give them enough that they can keep giving to me if I need them. Oh, you got a coin roller machine. Look at you being all fancy like that. Yeah, I'm out of rolls right now. She handed me a couple weeks ago. She handed me a box of quarter rolls and said, "Here, just take the box." But I'm out. I've got like 4 rolls left. I actually accidentally was tearing into them. Like, crap! Now I've got to use one of my last couple of rolls left. So I'm actually opening up these bank ones, pushing them out, pushing them back in. Total first timer kind of stuff here, but you do what you got to do. You were telling me you're repping. That's crazy, man. You need to check. You need to look at Bank of America. Because Bank of America, Like I know a lot of the roll hunters complain that their banks that you have to wait the 7 to 10 days because otherwise you've got the money floating around there. But if you at Bank of America, you can declare what's in the bag. So as what I do is I started with $500 and I kept these 10, so what's going back into the bag, and you just declare it. They'll ding you on the back end, but you don't. But the money's instantly available, which is like amazing. So it really allows you to revolve that same lump of cash without having that 7 to 10 day delay. Yeah, this is the only time I'm doing it because I went to them and I picked up boxes the other week and then I went to go get some more and she's like, "Yeah, we're out." What do you mean you're out? She's like, "Well, you took our boxes, and when you take our boxes and if you don't bring them back wrapped, then we don't have anything anymore." She's like, "If you bring them back wrapped, I can give you what we need because we've got business customers. We've got to keep something on hand for them." So I was like, "Fine, I'll bring them back wrapped then if you want me to." So about half of what I'm doing right now, I'm re-wrapping for them, and I'm sure eventually they'll be like, "Dude, stop bringing me wrapped coin, and then we'll all be happy again." Yeah, she actually, that bank also just started ordering halves for me as well. So now I've got 2 banks that are ordering halves for me, and I was like, "All right, you want these?" I said, "You want these back rolled as well?" She's like, "No, don't bring those back rolled, just the quarters." So I was like, "All right." So she'll actually, I generally don't dump back onto them, but she doesn't even care if I bring them back to the same bank I'm picking up from, which is unusual, I think. Oh, Coin Roll Henry Chris, I missed you up there, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Good evening. DMC Coins. Holy moly. All kind of people swinging by this evening. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I still need to get another bank in my rotation. I found out recently that my main pickup bank is actually closing, and they're not gonna transfer. My main vault teller, he's retiring, so he's not even gonna get transferred someplace where I can just transfer the relationship, and the other 2 branches of the same branch or the same bank, they don't love me so much. So I'm concerned that I'm not going to be able to get my orders kind of rotated over to them. Oh, when are me and Georgia? Soon. We just need to work it out. We had talked about just getting some coins and figuring out what denomination we want to do, and doing another one. You said I could host this one. I got to figure out how to use all that fancy technology stuff first. So Georgia's going to bring it to the speed on that, but yeah, doing an LLC is the way to go. It's pretty simple here in Florida. I've had one. My main business before I even started messing around with the coins was a third-party seller on Amazon, and so I set up an LLC a long time ago, and I've just kind of used it. Yeah, I guess for the business accounts they have to give you the coin. They don't have to give you halves, but They're supposed to, if you ask for coins, they're supposed to provide. And in the banks I've been to, while they're not big fans of me dumping bags on them, it's part of a business account. They have to just suck it up and deal with that kind of thing, I think. You know, where you'll call corporate on them and say, listen, this bank's not taking care of my business relationship. But I've opened up small accounts too, just to try to snake stuff here and there. Like there was a bank out on the coast that I did a drive-by in their drive-through, and they said, "Oh yeah, we got $40 in half." So I'm like, "Oh, I want them." She's like, "You have an account?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "No account? No, we can't do anything with you." I'm like, "Ugh." So I actually went online, and you can get an account with them for free. So I opened an account. Drew it back over there, picked up the halves. They're all glad. That's when you know you have issues. You wanted $1,500 in halves at 800 and quarters on the clock. So you're getting paid to hunt. You gotta love that, man. So you scored either way, right? Where'd that guy come from? That's got to be almost your whole shift to go through that much stuff. Did you get a lunch break in between denominations at least? I may or may not own the clock as well. Yeah. The first thing is admitting you have a problem. Well, no one higher than you. That doesn't really count, Phil. You just took the fun out of that. Machine wrapped the last 15 seconds. Oh, someone got your coins, huh, Valman? You got 50 and someone sniped you from behind while you were gone. Were they halves, Valman? Yeah, I'm telling you, man. When I got that first box, actually, I'm sorry. I got 2 boxes last time, didn't I? So this will be 4 boxes, not 3. I got 2 boxes last time. So I got 2 boxes where I had the heartbreak. Son of a gun, this is 4. This isn't 3. So I got it. Was so excited. Was just so excited. And got my heart crushed. And they're just going back for version 2, man. Put me out of my misery. Oh, your guy won't even take the W's of the Samoa? That's because whoever had all these boxes before me took them all out and tried flooding the market with all the W's that I'm not finding. That's weird. You would think that the local coin guys would take. I mean, I can understand that some of them have a little bit higher demand on them, but at the end of the day, they're all W quarters and they're all 200. 2 million minutes. Is there really that big of a difference between one and the other? That's weird. Hey, under $100, grabbing 240s. Take that all day long, DMC. You are one lucky son of a gun though. You always tend to stumble across some of that silver, like especially those quarter rolls you got. Man, that's like drool fest finding something like that. But you also go through a lot of coin too, so it's not as much luck as it is quantity, I'm sure. Your LCS is trying to sell Webbies for $30, huh? Wow. Yeah, I the going rate on eBay seems to be about, $10, $15 on most of them. Tall grass is a little hotter right now because it's newer. The AMP always seems to do well, even in crappy conditions. I've been hoarding on mine anyways. I've given away some to people on the channel, and I've traded for some. But besides that, I've got every last one that I found, except for the ones that I've given away or traded for. So you're trying to tell me that the Samoa boxes, none of them have W's in them? Not even like another. I understand that they put the Samoas in with the Weir Farms, but I thought that they put something else in with the Samoas too. But maybe that's why these Samoa boxes suck so much. But you would also think if they didn't release them in a similar fashion, they wouldn't be as the ones people don't want unless they just send them right to the dealers, which wouldn't blow my mind. You got no nibbles on your tall grass prairie. I'm really surprised. So you're telling me I shouldn't be surprised. I should have just turned these right back into the bank because I'm never going to find a W in here is what you're trying to say, right? Oh, man. It's too late now. I'm 3.5 boxes deep. I'm not stopping. If I never see another America Samoa, I'll be happy, though. Yeah, I knew that they had different ones mixed up, but I wasn't aware that any of them had. The other one that I got burnt on was the Salt River Bay. And someone said that the Salt River Bay, they were waiting for like permission or authorization to release the privy marks. So there was a delay, and there are some boxes that don't have them and some boxes that do. But I didn't know that there was a W-less circulated series out there. Would have been great information to know last week, though. Yeah, Phil told me there's some nice errors that he's found on these. And I've been looking. That's why I'm looking at both sides, but no dice yet. We'll see, though. The other thing too is these boxes, like you'll see here, I've got like that's a dated one. That's 16. And then we've got a dated, a 12. So each roll seems to have about a couple to 6 coins that are non-Samoas. So maybe one of those will turn out to be something awesome. Who knows? I just know it's been a rough couple of weeks, for me at least, with finding stuff. And 4 boxes of the Samoa have not helped my efforts either. That being said, I had a great nickel box last night. And that video will be out later in the week, so keep your eyes peeled for that, because I was very happy with the results there. See, my eyes stink. I have a hard time picking up the privies. I always look at the mint mark. And the thing that blows, I don't know if anybody else has the same problem or not, but the N, which is really far away from the mint mark, you know, it's like a mirage. I'm like, oh, was that a W? No, that was the N. But at least once a box gets me. But that privy to me it doesn't. I mean, I'll see it once I see the coin, but I don't know that I could hunt looking for privies. But that's my eyes' fault. Oh boy. Now, Phil, this grease air on the big bat, you said you found 3 the other night. Was it just in a regular box, or? I haven't even found anything. There's been ones that, like I said, there's some feeder finger damage where I've had just a baby amount, but not enough that I think anybody would want it. But nothing even close to even a minute grease. And I know you said that some of the bats actually are almost missing their face. Wow, 6 buffaloes and 7 wars. That's amazing. I love me some buffaloes, man. I've had a hard time getting circulated nickels this year, though. That's been my biggest challenge. I mean, generally, if I can get a box, I tend to, I think, do pretty well in the buffaloes, in the war nickels department, but finding the circulated lately has been tough. I actually backed off them for a little bit. And then went back and got some circulated boxes, but then I went back the next time I got uncirculated again. It seems like when you want the circulated, you get the uncirculated, and when you want the uncirculated, you get the circulated. Because I was trying to get some new pennies to flip early on in the year, and I went out that, you know, my goal was to find the 2021s early, and I was going any place, you know, within, you know, half hour, 45 minutes of my place, stopping at every branch, seeing if they had pennies, picking up pennies, and all I was picking up was circulated pennies. I'm like, where were these last year when I couldn't get, all I was getting was circulated boxes or uncirculated boxes. So it's weird how that stuff works. Wow, 250 Ds. Man, you must hate having the boxes you have then. Those would just be horrible to hunt boxes like that. Man, I can't even fathom. That darn little credit union you got that gives you all those amazing rolls that people are dropping off. I need to find myself a nice little credit union like that. I went to my credit union that has a coin rolling machine and asked them if I could buy the bags out of the machine. They're like, yeah, we don't even run that machine. That machine's run by SunTrust. I'm like, well, can you get me coin if I reopen my account here? Because I actually had stopped banking with them. She's like, yeah, no, we don't take coin. We don't give coin. If you bring coin in, you have to put it in the machine, and then we'll pay you off the ticket. And if you want coin, we just don't provide it. I was like, wow. Oh, come on, give me some good stuff here, guys. There wasn't even an end coin I had to look at that. That's weird. What do you think the odds of finding that silver in this box would be? Because that one looked really suspicious for a second. I was like, what? It's a dirty 60s, but it's weird after looking at all these shiny coins. It definitely looks way different. $10.50Ds? Are you kidding me? What was that, the dump of a coin store? Well, I need to move to Illinois, I think. Hey, DMC, let me ask you a question. With you being in Illinois, I do not have an Illinois penny box yet. I don't know if you are aware or not, but I am trying to hunt a box of pennies from each state before the end of the year. If you would like to sell me a box or trade me a box, I would be very interested. I will try to dig up your email off your channel because I tend to swing by on a regular basis, or if you want to shoot me an email, it's always in my description. I would love to trade. Oh, you're originally from St. Louis. My brother's out in St. Louis. He lives within shouting distance of the brewery there. They actually just got another place that's outside of town now, though. I think it's an hour-ish or so outside of town, more towards the country. But they were smack dab downtown originally. Well, they still have that place, but that's where he lived most time when I would go visit him. Yeah, I definitely need one. I've kind of been slowly. I've been reaching out on kind of an as-needed basis where I kind of put it out there in the universe, and if I start getting where my boxes start getting tight, where I'm, looking for something, I've reached out to different people, seeing if they were interested. Some people just sell me a box. Some people want to trade. Makes no difference to me. I think it enables us to, communicate within the industry or community, and it also gives us some content. But I'm fair game either way. But I definitely, I know that I'm going to struggle with certain states. I don't know that Illinois would be one I would think that I'd struggle with, but I'd certainly still love to cross it off my list so I can try to figure out how to get those hard ones. Because I don't know how many people are going to be in the Dakotas. I know Hawaii is going to be a challenge, although I'm trying to work over a certain stacker that I know that's in Hawaii. See if he can help me out. We'll see how it all comes out. You'll provide. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't want you just to send me one though. I want to trade out or have you sell it to me or whatever. I'm not looking for charity. Yeah, someplace to not get shot at. Yeah, St. Louis is a pretty rough area. I mean, the area they're in is, I mean, it's considered the historic district. It's, where it's, kind of hoity-toity. They moved there because they're, they liked the kind of urban aspect of it. But yeah, if you're not from an urban area and you go out there, you're like, man, this is pretty rough. Yeah, no, I'll definitely pay 50 plus shipping for sure. Faux show. So that will be another one I can mark off my list. I actually just did a trade for my Ohio boxes as well. So the Midwest is finally doing some representation. That's one per street. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me a bit. They put on a good Mardi Gras event, though. I think they're the second largest Mardi Gras, and just behind New Orleans. I used to go up every year and ride on a float with my brother, and fun times were had by all for sure. Oh, roll, why do you give me a hard time here? That's why I hate wrapping into the same roll. They just don't go in the same way that they come out, that's for sure. There you go. Oh yeah, happy St. Patty's Day. I'm not a big holiday kind of the other holidays. Like, I know that some people get really excited about St. Patty's Day and Cinco de Mayo and all those kind of things. Try to stick to the big ones myself, at least. I think a lot of it's commercially driven, quite frankly. It's a pretty nice bicentennial. I kind of want to keep it. That means I need to give it something else over here on my desk. I don't know that I'm going to do that. So you hunting tonight as well, Tampa, or are you just hanging out? Oh, you ordered a PC today, DMC. You get a nice one, like kind of like a gaming style one, or just the run-of-the-mill hard-working computer? It's always fun to get new stuff like that. That's for sure. I was wondering if you were doing some hunting tonight, or whether you're just watching the stream, or I always tend to hunt while I watch streams. It's kind of more or less background noise for me. Or even when I'm shooting a video, I just watch it, and then if I need to record something, I mute the video or stream and do my video and come back. Had to wrap. You got a birthday coming up? What coin you waiting for? Is this your grading wrap up? Now I'm totally confused. Oh, happy belated birthday, DMC. That's pretty sweet, man. Yeah, computers get expensive, man. My wife says she needs a new computer, and she's a Mac user. And man, there's when you gotta go from they do great. They seem to last much longer than any PC I've ever owned. But man, they are expensive. I'm not looking forward to having to replace her MacBook for sure. Oh, I get it. I was totally confused. Sorry, Tampa. Yeah. Yeah. That's the kind of rapping you're doing. Not birthday rapping. Oh, man. What a knucklehead I am. Yeah. Far from birthday kind of rapping, right? It's like, oh, this is a lot of fun. Yeah, with the thing is, the computers change so much all the time. By the time you buy anything, it seems like you're already behind. Yeah, she's not getting a new one anytime soon. I can tell you that. She might think she wants one there. I'm not looking to cough up $2,500 or $3,000 until that thing's on its deathbed, you know, with keys popping off. Oh, they're moving to their own CPUs. Yeah, so maybe if they're going to do that, then I think your best bet is to wait till that transition takes place before you buy anything new. That's a great thing to make her aware of. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of stuff with their operating systems too. I mean, my computer seems to want to update a whole lot lately and do different things. I know as soon as they fix one thing, there's bugs and stuff, so they got to fix some other stuff. And they've been goofing around a lot of stuff lately, it seems like. What is that? What did I say to you earlier? Would it be too much to ask to find a silver quarter in this box? 1944. It's a Philly. How crazy is that? And that is why you keep going plowing through this. Wow. You kidding me? Ridiculous. Oh boy. That's the last thing I would have thought to find in this box for sure. Oh. I can't even believe that. I guess quarters were like my new dimes. It took me 4 boxes of America Samoa quarters to realize that there were no W's in the America Samoa quarters to finally find the silver. Wow. All right, we got to replace you with something. One of these guys. That's fine. I must have dropped it. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, when I find them, I don't find them that old. And actually, the weird thing too is I don't know, because I don't find that many silver quarters, but I always tend to find Denvers too. That's one of the first Phillies I've seemed to have found. Yeah, I'm saying that there was a silver mixed in with these uncirculated quarters. Like I told you, each roll has like here's another dated in '84. There's about 6 coins that are mixed in, anywhere from 2 to 6 coins. Let's see what the next roll. We'll check out the next roll and see what it says. It's going to have a sandwich silver in there. But the next roll, we'll check it out and see how many are in there. But yeah, there's anywhere from a couple. In this box, the other boxes were more solid. In this box, I have not, I've got 2 bat enders. I haven't had I don't know if I've had a full roll in this box yet. They've all had at least one weird in there. Let's see what this guy has. Hey DMC, I appreciate you stopping by. I will, like I said, I'll dig up your email, or if you can dig up mine, I'll hit you up and we'll figure out how to make this trade happen, and I greatly appreciate it. But this one's got, that's a 17. This one's actually got a lot. Nope, that's a bat. There's 4. Oh, there's no one here. 5, 6. This one might 7. So this one had 7 in it that were not the unks. Yeah, my tall grass prayer. When I did the one tall grass, I keep blending these together because I get so many of these unk boxes where I just get hosed. My tall grass prairie were all peas, literally all peas. They didn't have anything mixed in. Now my Salt River Bay also did this, where they had just these random. Now it didn't have this. This has 7 in just this one roll. I think the box of Salt River Bay that I had only had 11 coins that weren't peas, and this one has a lot in each roll, or at least a handful in each roll. But what are the odds to pull a silver out when you really have such a small margin of other things to be mixed in there? Now I want to find another one. That's just greedy though, I think. Yeah, Tampa with the dimes never again. I say that every time. But then you'll say that, and then you'll start watching some videos, and someone will get some boxes, and they'll find 15 or 20 or 30 or something stupid like that. And not only are they finding dimes, they're finding Merc dimes. They're finding old stuff where you're just like, oh man, I really want to. Okay, I'll just one more box. And then you get in there and you do the one box, and because you didn't find anything, of course, you got to do another box, and that box leads to another box. Next thing you know, you're 4 boxes deep to find one silver that's a 64D. You're like, okay, never again. Until that video comes out 4 months later, and someone finds some sweet stuff, get sucked back in again. Yeah, it took me 4 to find. That last video I did was 4 boxes, and I pulled 2 silvers out of 4 boxes, and it was all in the last box. And of course, as quickly as I found it, I said, "I'm done. We're not. The video's over." So, but I won't do dimes for a while because, man, dimes are just evil. But I'll get sucked back in. Someone will find something nice, and I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll just try just one more time. My very first and only dime. Yeah, dimes are ridiculous. Not only that, but I mean, even if you do find stuff, they're not even worth that much. So why are you gonna put yourself through all that agony for a $2 coin? Just like, I can't do it. But as soon as someone starts finding mercs again, man, that just sucks me in. I don't know why. It just does. It's gonna be a while for diamonds for me, though. Yeah, halves have been tough. I had a 9-box dry spell, but then I had 3 boxes that had more than one in it. But I still haven't had a bigger box yet. I'm still waiting for a double-digit box. I mean, hell, I haven't even found a Benji yet. I've done, I think, about 125 boxes, and I've never found a Benji. How does that work? Found a Walker, but not a Benji. Oh, you found a double ear dime? Sweet. Yeah, I found a Walker. I found multiple Walkers. I want to say I found like 4 Walkers. I think I found more Walkers than I have Kennedys of 90s. But most of my stuff's been 40%. I have never found a commemorative. I've never found a Benji. Where's my little hunt sheet at? What else do I have on here? Yeah, no commemorative, no Benji. I actually just found my first foreign last week. So this year I've done 63 boxes so far this year, and that was my first foreign. Which I know you don't find a lot of foreigns, but I wouldn't think it would take 63 boxes to find my first one. But it did. So back on the 90s, I found 3 Walkers so far in 9 64s. Everything else I found this year has been a 40. I kind of like I like the foreigns. I don't know. I also have been blessed that I haven't gotten pennies or quarters or crap like that in my halves yet either. I've been shorted a whole roll, and the bank actually ate it. But I don't get the weird random crap that a lot of people seem to get every once in a blue moon. So I guess I'm blessed in that respect. I want to find one of those big old pennies in a half box. But I was happy the foreign I did find was a commemorative Balboa, which was from 2017, and it was immaculate. So it was for me, a really cool find. Yeah, a diamond with the pennies. George's Silver Hunter's box, I had 5 dimes in his penny box. I was like, wow, you should hunt pennies more often, man. You're making money. Yeah, the British penny. That's it's the size of $50 basically. That's what people tend to find in there, the 1 penny from the UK. The big fat old one. That's not fat, it's pretty standard size, but that's a big coin. Yeah. It would be better if you found stuff that were nice and big like that were silver, but I mean the odds of scoring a silver 4, I think, in a half box would be, that's, talk about a unicorn. I mean, I don't even get foreigns, let alone the silver foreign, but I'm sure someone has. Stranger things have been found for sure. Wow, 1903. Yeah, the fakers are the worst, man. There's nothing like finding them faker. Look at this one. This one might be my first full roll. Nope, it's not. We got one back here. It's a lull. Now there's one more. 15. So like that roll only had 2. Ooh, maybe not. Let's see. Oh, this one had like kind of like the white edge that I like to look for. Most people say it looks pink. To me, it always looks white. The W's. It's a filling. It looked the most promising of any of the ones I've looked at. Wow, 62. I've got for quarters. I've got 102 for the year right now. But I've done a crap ton of quarter boxes, quite frankly. I wish I would have found more. My goal is to find 250 this year. Yeah, I do at least. I do at least that. I'm on quarters. I haven't put these 2 boxes in. Once I finish this box tonight, I'll have this will be 66 boxes this year. On the quarters. But the quarters is my main hunt right now. I mean, because I've said it time and time again. Without them re-upping the West Point, I think these are going to get just sucked out of circulation quickly, and then they'll become more rare than silver. And I think the prices will be much better in 18 months. That's why I'm not selling them yet. Especially if you have them where they're in good shape. Because all the people that'll have thought they could find them are not going to be able to find them anymore unless they buy them. They'll have to come to me. Face silver quarters. That's not bad. I mean, I've got in silver for the year. This is quarter 15 for the year. So what is that? That'd be 375. So not like crazy, but and that was good. I had a box. When was that box? I had a box on the 23rd of last month, so just basically a month ago, that had 3 silver quarters in it. And that's like crazy. That have I had a multiple? Yeah, and that's the only box I've ever had multiple quarters in. I don't know my way for boxes. Yeah. The thing is that it doesn't. I don't know that it really matters all that much. It's just what gets dumped in the system when it gets dumped in, because I had my first box of the year. I had a silver quarter in it. I was like, what a way to start off the year. I didn't find my second silver quarter till box 22. So I found one in my first box, and then I didn't find another one until I was 22 boxes deep. But I've done well since then. So from an average standpoint, what is my silver average? My silver average is 0.21. So that means 1 every 5 boxes. Right? Yeah. Which is pretty awesome. When it would should be probably 1 per 10 boxes is what I think my average was last year. Yeah, it's just like finding that boomer box of halves. You can sit here and you can hunt halves every day and never have a boomer box, because it's just whenever that crap gets dumped in and where it got dropped off and who gets to pick it up. And sometimes it's just your day. But it's clearly just a numbers game. You just have to, you got to play to win. Because if you're not hunting, you're not going to find them, that's for sure. Yeah, I've been finding S-minted state quarters too. And America the Beautiful. Both. Not a ton, but here and there. And I actually went through mine the other day just to kind of, organize them a little bit. I was really surprised at how many I had. I didn't realize I had as many as I have. It's far from a full set, but it's pretty sweet. I like finding those. Because those were really not supposed to be meant for circulation at all. They're kind of like finding silver almost. I don't know that they're that valuable at this point. Or as valuable as silver at least. Still fun to find. I don't find a ton of proofs either, though. So I guess it's just neat to have something different. You might not see every hunt. Because the proofs are fun to find. I don't see those that often. I feel like I need to look at the edges after that 1 quarter is like crazy. Yeah, they're definitely low mintage too. It blows my mind that people buy these things, because essentially what those are the rolls that people are buying them, but then they just dump them back in circulation. I'm assuming it's just people that had a death in the family and just turn the coin in versus try to do something with them, but still strikes me as strange. I haven't had that happen yet either. I actually, when I was at the bank last week, my teller said to me, "Hey, some lady," he's like, I got some big dollar coins. Do you want them?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, definitely." And they were Ikes, they were clad. And he's like, "Yeah, they're not really worth anything." I'm like, "Yeah, that's all right. I still want them anyways." And then before I left, I'm like, "Hey, he's like, "Yeah, some lady, her mom died and she just brought in her old coins." I'm like, "Did she drop off any halves?" He's like, "Yeah, actually, she did." And so I said, "Give me whatever she dropped off, I'll take them." she had $20. I was like, okay, that's pretty sweet. $20 is definitely in the wheelhouse having some silver. He was all glad. So, but it's those days, man, where you find that person that dropped it off, and one of these days I'll find someone that's dropped off a full roll of silver, but that was not the day. So have you decided you're going to pick up a new day or not? I know that you kind of kicked around doing something during the week. Or are you just going to stick with Saturday? Do they? I think that the one teller that actually the teller that gave me those wheats the other day, I think she looks for silver because I said something. I was talking to her about that roll that Chris found of halves. She's like, "Oh, is it all silver?" I'm like, "No, it wasn't all silver, but they probably have some nice coins in there." And I just have a feeling she definitely knows to keep her eye out for silver, and I know the other teller does because one day she had something and she's like, "Yeah, it's not worth anything though." I'm like, I don't care. I just want it. Just she had 3 Ikes. And I was like, I want to buy those eggs off you. And she's like, well, they're not worth anything. I'm like, that's okay. I want them. So that tells me that, she knows they're worth something. She's going to try to pull it out. But it blows my mind how little some tellers do know about currency and stuff in general. But my wife is attempting to make it difficult for Saturdays. Oh, I know how you feel, my friend. So you're looking for a different day or different wife? The coin collector Ike's W. Quarters et al. Your wife's too expensive. Yeah. I hear you, my friend. Oh. Look at that. Where's the extra leaf on that one? Where? I'm going to find one of those one of these days, though, I tell you. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get in the game too, but I gotta figure out how to make sure that my rolls are a little bit more consistent. I don't know whether I told you or not, but that new bank that I picked up from them twice, and of the 4 boxes that I've picked up, 3 of the 4 have been rewraps, and they just came off the truck. It's not like they got turned in at that bank. I mean, I saw them come off the truck and picked them up, and they were rewraps. I'm like, it's kind of hard to plan a stream when you are going to end up not having anything to hunt. Yeah, and that's the same thing is you gotta, figure out. I mean, the thing is that there's the new mix of people that are doing the streams really low, which is eating up some of the donations because now they're a little bit less frilly, which is nice because you don't have to have the inventory to give away, but you still got to bark into or you got to figure out what the the shipping costs and the giveaway costs and all that stuff works into it because at the end of the day it's you're not necessarily making a mint, but you also don't want to lose money either, so you got to kind of find that sweet spot. All right, coin collector Ike and W Quarters, I appreciate you swinging by. Have a great evening, and please charge that phone. Yeah, getting a box of Rio, there's nothing worse than that. That's just so disappointing. And on top of that, I would never want to, have a $2 stream and you got 2 boxes sold and you go to crack one open and you're like, oh, sorry, catch you next week. That would suck. So I got to make sure my boxes are, I've also been trying to figure out, what my boxes produce. So I know, coinage, what I'm going to give away. And I'm trying to make it fair for everybody, all parties involved. So I've kind of been taking my time. I don't know. I don't know that you just got to keep, put yourself out there and the donators will come. Yeah, I honestly, to be with the giveaways, I don't think it really matters what the giveaways are. I think the giveaways are something a nice way to thank people for stopping by, and people just enjoy winning stuff. I don't think it matters whether it was a dime or a war nickel or a buffalo, or if people are winning something they didn't have to pay for. I think they're happy with it. I think that it makes sense to, for the $50 hunts though, is to make the giveaways some form of silver, because most of the people that are looking to donate want silver or are stacking silver. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But beyond that, I don't think you're going to gain more people by giving away, a dime versus even if you said, hey, I'm going to start giving away 90s. I don't know if it's going to give you more donators. It might get you more people that'll show up to win a 90, but I don't know that it's necessarily going to improve your donator odds either. Yeah, it's just a matter of, just keep plugging away at it, my friends. It will come. It always does. That's how the weak get weeded out. But yeah, a lot of people have different kind of giveaways, and you got to kind of roll that into how your boxes work and what you can give away. I mean, some people, I was really surprised when I started looking around at really, the 250 is a pretty standard for a handful of people, but there's some people doing some really crazy things, like where it's it's almost like $8 a roll, but you're only getting 4 rolls, but you get all this extra crap and spins and weird stuff. At the end of the day, as long as that person that's buying it feels like they're getting the value at the end of it and the opportunity to possibly do better, that's all that really matters. I think I honestly think that your streams have done well. You get a pretty loyal base, and they come back every week and they have a good time. And I think that it'll just slowly grow from there, and eventually it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just, picking up a couple of new people each week, and that's just from doing it, I think. And it certainly wouldn't hurt to find an epic box. Because that gets people talking. They're like, "Oh my God, did you see that box that he had?" Yeah, I mean, JB just went to I think Silver Seeker's at 350. JB's at 350. I mean, some people have been bumping, but I mean, then again, Robinhood Coins is at $50. You get $50 a box, and he gives you an ounce of silver. Period. Whether you find stuff or not, it's not even on a skunk box. It's, it costs $50, and he'll do a box for you and give you an ounce of silver. But he also was hunting boxes prior to doing donations and essentially just giving the giveaways, or whatever he found he gave away. I think he does it because he enjoys just the community aspect of it, and at the end of the day, he's just a nice guy. You can't get high volume. I mean, think about it. He's giving away, like right now, he's giving away a Kugrin and the box for $50. So even if you said, even if you bought it a year ago, let's say that is, or even at current price, I think the Kugrins are like $32. Let's say you got a great deal on them; they're $30. It's $5 shipping, so now it's $35. Plus, you're going to have, let's call it $2 worth of fines in the box between NIFCs and silvers and whatever it is that comes out of the box. So now you're at $32. No, you're at $37. So, and that's not even assuming someone has a monster find. I mean, hell, Enigma had his first stream. He had someone find like something stupid like 128 NIFCs. Or maybe it was higher than that. I want to say it was like almost $80 in NIFCs. So I think he just does it for the sheer enjoyment of the community, and at the end of the day, he probably just breaks even. But he probably loses money because he has to gather the boxes, he has to send them back, he has to do all those kind of things. I think there's a certain amount of value in that because you have to build those relationships. It takes time and effort, and it's got to be worth something. Yeah, I mean, people, if you were to find, that, I mean, but if you plan for that on the front end, then you're fine because I'd like Southern Metal. I think he maxes out at 50. So he basically says, once you get past 50 NIFCs, they don't count anymore. So he put a cap on it, so there's like a max burn on his end if a box is just stuffed with that stuff. And I think people that are donating would understand that, but you got to put that on the front end versus wait till it happens and then be like, oh crap, what do we do now? I mean, Enigma was selling his box. I think Enigma's doing his boxes for $75. He gives you an ounce of silver. And that night, he ended up giving away 890s on top of it. So, I mean, he lost money doing that box. And that's what you need to prepare for, I guess, is you can't feel bad making a couple of bucks, because at the end of the day, you got to prepare for times like that, or, you know, being able to do bigger giveaways or incentives to get people to come by, which helps you have more donators, which just helps everything grow. So it's just, you know, figuring out the secret sauce, but as long as you're making the effort, that's all that really counts. It'll eventually come together. All right, we just got a couple rolls left. Like I said, I'm not actually, after hearing DMC say that there's no W's in the America Samoa, this kind of makes a lot more sense now, because there aren't. Not even other kind of coins, but the fact that there is that silver in there just still blows my mind. So we'll do these last couple of rolls and call it the night. I appreciate you swinging by, Tampa. It was nice chatting with you. And whoever else is still possibly lurking out there that hasn't talked in a while. Yep, Chris is still out there lurking. All right, Tampa Coin Guy. Again, appreciate you stopping by. It's greatly appreciated. It was nice chatting with you, and keep us posted on what, you know. I don't know whether you're going to do this Saturday or not. I'm assuming you probably still are, and your wife is grandfathered again for this week. But good luck figuring stuff out, my friend. So, Chris, where are you on this bicentennial roll? You given it any more thought, or is it still up there stewing? All right, Tampa, I appreciate it. Again, thanks for stopping by, and have a great evening. I'll definitely see you on Saturday. It's probably going to take a while to figure that one out, huh? I'm telling you, just throw that bad boy up on eBay with a price that you think is something that you would be super happy with as a starting bid. If someone buys it, someone buys it. It's sitting there. I want to say you get 10 listings free a month, and you get more if you have some kind of account. I think I get 50 to 100 or something like that free each month. And so sometimes when I get odd rolls or uncirculated rolls, throw it out there to the universe. You might be surprised. So you're telling me that if you were offered, let's see, $75 for it today, you wouldn't sell it? Yeah, I got a whole box of 2021 Denvers. I actually bought them from Bowman. He found those. I know I'll eventually find the Phillies, but I was like, I want those. I wasn't looking to sell them. I want to have a box in my back pocket for future. But yeah, that was my goal with the Phillies, was to get a box and sell them. They were selling. I don't know. I haven't looked because I can't find the Phillies. But I would definitely. It's getting late. It's getting later in the game though, so I don't know that they're gonna command the premium they might have 4 weeks ago. All right. So if you would take $75 and you wouldn't hesitate, that's what you listed for on eBay. $75. It's going to cost you $3 to ship it. You could say, you could decide whether you want to do shipping for free or not, or whether you want to just charge the $3 it's going to cost. And if someone buys it, they buy it. Let it sit there for a week or two. That way, you've got feelers out there. You can even put $75 or best offer, and then let someone come and try to knock you down a little bit if they want to. Or you might be surprised and someone just buys it. It's stuff like that. I'm telling you, there's weird stuff like that where you have something you think's valuable and it's not, or you throw something up there and you don't expect anything to happen with it, and it sells. That way, at least you got it getting feelers out, because one of the things you can do with that is you can start seeing how many people are looking. I mean, you can see if there's any watchers. You can see how many views that page gets, and then when you make the final decision, you can use that information to create your real listing. Or if it sells $75, now you're happy all of a sudden because you're like, hey, I just got what I wanted out of this thing. Food for thought. All right, last roll of luck here. And then we are off like a prom dress. W's for the year is 102. W's for tonight, 0. Yeah, like I said, my average is, anywhere from 1 to 3 a box is kind of what I am hoping for. I've done a lot of boxes this year, clearly. But it all kind of pans out. I mean, my W average for the year is 1.61 per box. But like I said, it's normally 0 or 2, 3, 4. I think my best box this year is 6. I had a 6 last week. I've had a couple of 5s, but most of them are like 2, 3, 4, or 0. I don't have a lot of 1s per se. I either get skunked or get a couple. So, anywho, I appreciate you swinging by, my friend. I don't know that anybody else is still here. Yeah, but I mean, if you're, I mean, you got to remember too. I'm putting in some serious time for this, but I'm also doing it because I want to, try to see what I can do on the YouTube end, and I want to try to see what I can do by collecting, because I know that this is like stored wealth if you can get the stuff, because at the end of the day, I have all these W's and I'm trying to hold on to them, but if I need them, I've got them. I've got that 100, and essentially you say, and probably a minimum of those worth $10 a piece, so I've got $1,000 saved. So that's kind of how I'm looking at things. But put in the time you have, man. If you have an hour, put in an hour. If you have more than that, then do that. But try not to compare yourself to other people, because you don't know what their situation is. They might have a ton of time, or they might be spending more time than they should. Because I know that oftentimes we are guilty of that. So. Got my letter pennies. What pennies did I send you? Oh, the pennies you won. I was like, what pennies did I send you? I don't remember sending you pennies. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you made it. Hey, there's a dime in there too. They're not just pennies. So, anywho, well, I'm glad they made it safely. Enjoy them. I'm sure you will do right by them. So, again, I appreciate you swinging by. I will catch up with you, I'm sure, on your videos this week, and we'll see if we can do this again here soon. Have a great evening, and enjoy yourself, my friend.